Coming up on First at 4, a memorial wall is dedicated to 2 London police officers that died last year. And we'll take a look at what's being done in Florida to keep spring breakers there safe.
Plus, more sunshine in the forecast as we head through this work week. The latest coming up as Mountain News First at 4 starts right now.
Dedicated to Eastern and Southern Kentucky, this is WYMT Mountain News First at 4.
Good afternoon, I'm Steve Hensley. First at 4, the memory of 2 Southern Kentucky police officers are being recognized in special ceremonies today. Both Travis Hurley and Logan Medlock were London police officers and died last year. A memorial wall was dedicated this afternoon to officers Sergeant Logan Medlock and Lieutenant Travis Hurley. Medlock was killed when police say a drunk driver collided with his cruiser while on patrol. Hurley died of complications with COVID-19. The wall lists their end of watch dates. It's located inside the squad room of the police department. When officers begin their shifts each day, the wall will remind them to honor the fallen and that heroes never die. Sergeant Medlock's family was also supposed to receive 2 traffic enforcement awards that he won last year. Now, we had a reporter at the ceremony this afternoon, and we'll have much more on this coming up tonight at 6 o'clock. The Kentucky River Regional Jail Work Release Program has been around for many years, aiming to give inmates the opportunity to make a difference in their communities. Perry County Jailer Minor Allen says this program is focused on providing a service that others cannot do or may not want to do.
5 days a week we're out doing something, whether it be trash pickup or cemetery maintenance or working at the recycling center at the county garage.
The inmates that are involved in the program work Monday through Friday, 40 hours a week. WYMT's Olivia Calfee will have more about it tonight at 6. Earlier this afternoon, Governor Andy Beshear signed a health care related bill into law. House Bill 75 allows hospitals to receive a higher reimbursement for outpatient services for Medicaid patients. Governor Beshear says it will provide needed support for hospitals, especially in rural areas. Pikeville Medical Center CEO Donovan Blackburn was among those at today's bill signing.
Well, sunshine for this first day of spring. We are less than an hour and a half away now, really, from the official vernal equinox. Until then, it's still technically winter, but not for much longer, even though it may feel like it at times outside. Upper 40s right now from downtown Somerset. A beautiful afternoon continues. Not a cloud in the sky. Temperatures, though, a little on the chilly side. Skies are temperature map almost as blue as the sky. Middle and upper 40s region wide. A few cooler values there in the parts of Southwest Virginia. But other than that, we're all remarkably consistent out there this afternoon. No rain anywhere close to give us any problems out there. And yes, don't forget, we're changing from the snow we had this weekend to the spring. First day of it out there, 5:24 officially the time. And of course, the sun continuing to set later and later each night. We're going to continue to expand that daylight out there until the summer solstice, of course, later in June. Next 12 hours or so, yeah, that sunshine continues through 7 o'clock, mid-40s into the 30s by 10 o'clock, and it's looking like another hard freeze tonight as we fall into the 30s despite an increase in clouds. Details on when it feels more like spring in a few minutes. Steve?
Evan, thank you. A Florida hotspot is considering further crackdowns on spring break following 2 deadly shootings over the weekend. With tens of thousands of visitors flocking to the Sunshine State this time of year, CBS's Christian Benavidez sat down with the mayor of Miami Beach, who says he's done with the mayhem.
Miami Beach declared a state of emergency and enacted a midnight curfew after 2 deadly shootings on busy Ocean Drive in the middle of spring break.
I don't think I've ever ducked and hid from gunshots in my life, and I've done it 3 times.
Friday, 2 people were shot, one fatally, on the main tourist drag. Early Sunday, another person was shot and killed just blocks away. With unruly scenes like this now in a 3rd straight year, Miami Beach Mayor Dan Gelber says he wants to put an end to the spring break mayhem.
My city doesn't need it. We really don't need to be an all-night party town. We have all these other attributes, all these other amenities that attract people here, and plenty of places do really well without being an all-night, do anything kind of place.
We talked with the mayor about safety prior to the weekend shootings.
It's a Tinder. I worry about it being a Tinder. How hard will it be for just a few bad bounces to change everything?
Florida's robust tourism industry welcomes revelers, but officials warn if you come to party, you have to play by the rules.
When the curfew is in effect, alcohol sales at stores stop at 6 and restaurants close by midnight.
It gets very wild.
Angelina Serrano is visiting from Pennsylvania with a group of friends.
I feel like he could try and stop us, but I don't really think he's gonna stop people.
The mayor says you can't put a price tag on public safety. That's why this year he has the largest contingency ever of police patrolling spring break. Christian Benavides, CBS News, Miami Beach.
Panama City Beach passed an ordinance back in 2015 banning all possession and consumption of alcohol on the beach during the month of March. As a result, it's now no longer a spring break destination for college students, but instead attracts families for vacation. Today marks the 20th anniversary of Operation Iraqi Freedom. In March 2003, U.S. forces invaded Iraq, vowing to destroy Iraqi weapons of mass destruction and to topple Saddam Hussein's dictatorship. Former President George W. Bush and his administration told the American public and the international community that Hussein was hiding weapons of mass destruction. The coalition found no such weapons, but forces did succeed in knocking Hussein out of power. By the U.S.'s withdrawal from Iraq in 2011, the costs of the war stood high, with at least 4,400 U.S. deaths and more than 32,000 wounded. At least 100,000 Iraqi civilians died. Chinese President Xi Jinping met with Russian President Vladimir Putin in Moscow today. The Kremlin says a number of important bilateral documents will be signed during the visit. The trip comes after the International Criminal Court issued an arrest warrant for Putin on Friday, accusing him of being responsible for war crimes in Ukraine. The two leaders are set to meet with larger delegations tomorrow. Coming up on First at 4, the United Nations releases a report saying time is running out if humanity wants to avoid passing a dangerous global warming threshold.
Well, sunshine and warm air on the way into the region. The very latest after this.